Hello, our American friends. Today, on the occasion of the passing of Pope Francis, we want to introduce you to 10 different churches that are unlike the rest. Strange and scary events have occurred in them, and various reports have been gathered from people about these places. Some say they've seen strange shadows or things like ghosts, while others report seeing bizarre and frightening creatures. Now, we're going to introduce you to the most fascinating churches, which will surely be very interesting for you. Before we introduce them, make sure to subscribe to our channel to support us. Hello, America. Today, we're going to introduce you to 10 haunted and terrifying churches where unimaginable events have taken place. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Deep in the heart of Florida stands the ominous street, Augustine Church, a place where fear and faith collide. In 1970, this church became infamous for reports of possessions. People claimed to hear guttural growls echoing through its halls and witness objects moving on their own without explanation. Locals whisper about shadowy figures lurking in the corners, especially on moonless nights when the air feels heavier. Some visitors have reported an overwhelming sense of dread as soon as they step inside, as if unseen eyes are watching their every move. To this day, many believe that something sinister still resides within these ancient walls. Are you brave enough to uncover its secrets? Nestled in the misty landscapes of Yorkshire, England, lies the eerie ruins of Byland Abbey, a place where the past refuses to rest. This ancient church is said to be haunted by the spirits of long-dead monks who once called it home. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures cloaked in tattered robes wandering through the crumbling arches, their hollow eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The most chilling tale revolves around the sound of phantom bells that ring out in the dead of night, though no one is there to pull the ropes. Some say these are the tormented souls of monks who were wrongfully persecuted, forever bound to this sacred ground. Others claim to feel icy hands brushing against their skin or hear faint chanting echoing from the shadows. Many who dare to visit leave with an unsettling feeling, as if they're being watched by something or someone from beyond the grave. Will you be brave enough to step into the haunted halls of Byland Abbey?
انفجار بمب هسته این که منجر به خالی از سکنه شدن شهر شد و چرنوبیل را به شهری متروکه تبدیل کرد. در شهر کلیسایی وجود دارد که شاید ترسناکتر از مکان متروکه باشد. پیش از فاجعه کشیشی در کلیسا سکونت داشته. این کشیش با افرادی که جهت توبه و دعا کردن به کلیسا می آمدند صمیمیتر میشد، سپس آنها را به قتل میرساند. بعد از اینکه همه افراد را کشت، خودش را هم به دار آورد. این کلیسا
During a violent storm, 2 people sought refuge in the church, only to be found dead moments later, their bodies twisted in terror, and the church's heavy doors ripped from their hinges. Witnesses claimed they saw the shadow of the beast just before tragedy struck. Even today, locals tell tales of hearing the sound of claws scraping against the stone floor or catching glimpses of glowing eyes in the churchyard at night. Some say if you're unfortunate enough to lock eyes with the Black Shuck, your fate is sealed, you'll meet your end within days. Are you willing to risk encountering this cursed creature in the shadows of this ancient church? Nestled in the heart of Edinburgh, Scotland, Greyfriars Church is infamous as one of the most haunted places on earth, a site where fear and history intertwine. This church is home to the malevolent spirit known as the MacKenzie Poltergeist, named after Sir George MacKenzie, a brutal judge who persecuted thousands during the 17th century. His remains lie buried in a mausoleum within the church grounds, but his restless spirit is said to roam free, tormenting anyone who dares to enter. Visitors have reported being pushed, scratched, or even choked by unseen forces, leaving behind unexplainable bruises and wounds. The air inside the church grows icy cold, and whispers echo through the halls as if the spirits are trying to communicate or warn you away. Some claim to hear blood-curdling screams at night, while others describe feeling an overwhelming sense of dread that makes them flee in terror. One of the most chilling accounts involves a man who broke into Mackenzie's tomb out of curiosity, only to be found days later, cowering in a corner, babbling incoherently about shadowy figures attacking him. Many believe that MacKenzie's violent past has cursed this place, making it a gateway for evil. Will you dare to step foot into Greyfriars Church, knowing that something dark may be waiting for you? Deep within the ancient city of Prague lies the chilling and macabre Holy Cross Church, a place where death lingers in every shadow. Beneath its unassuming exterior hides a crypt filled with the bones of countless souls, thousands upon thousands meticulously arranged into eerie works of art. Skulls stare out from the walls, their hollow eyes seeming to follow your every move, while chandeliers made entirely of human bones hang ominously above. The air inside is heavy, almost suffocating, as if the spirits of those whose remains are displayed here still linger, watching silently. Locals whisper that on quiet nights, faint whispers can be heard emanating from the crypt, a cacophony of voices pleading for peace or warning intruders to leave. Some visitors have reported feeling an icy breath on the back of their necks or seeing shadowy figures darting just out of sight. Others claim to feel a sudden, inexplicable sadness wash over them, as though the sorrow of the dead seeps into your very soul. Many believe this church is not merely a resting place for the departed, but a prison for tormented spirits who cannot find solace. Will you dare to descend into the bone-filled depths of the Holy Cross Church, knowing that you might awaken something that should have stayed buried? Welcome to the Sedlec Ossuary in the Czech Republic, a church that defies imagination and chills the soul. Known as the Bone Church, this macabre masterpiece is adorned with the remains of over 40,000 human skeletons, meticulously arranged into chandeliers, coats of arms, and even massive bone pyramids. But beyond its haunting beauty lies a darker, more sinister reputation. Visitors often speak of an oppressive atmosphere that greets them as soon as they step inside, as if the weight of death itself hangs in the air. The skulls that line the walls seem to follow you with their empty sockets, and many report feeling an inexplicable sense of being watched or even touched by unseen hands. The most chilling tales come from those who have visited after dark. Locals claim that faint green lights flicker within the ossuary at night, casting eerie shadows across the bone-covered walls. Others have reported hearing faint whispers or soft footsteps echoing through the crypt, though no one else is there. Some say the spirits of those whose bones were used to decorate the church are restless, unable to find peace due to the desecration of their remains. A few brave souls have even claimed to see ghostly figures wandering among the stacks of bones, their forms translucent and mournful. One particularly spine-tingling account tells of a tourist who photographed the interior only to later discover a shadowy face peering out from behind the bone chandelier in the image, a face that wasn't visible to the naked eye. Whether these stories are mere legend or something far more sinister, one thing is certain. The Sedlec Ossuary is not just a place of art. It's a place where the boundary between life and death feels dangerously thin. Will you dare to enter and risk awakening the spirits of the forgotten? Welcome to Borley Rectory, often called the most haunted house in England, a title it earned through decades of spine-chilling encounters and unexplainable phenomena. Nestled in the small village of Borley in Essex, this church-turned-residence became infamous for its relentless paranormal activity. From the moment you step foot onto its grounds, an overwhelming sense of dread washes over you, an ominous warning that you are not alone. The haunting began as early as 1863 when locals reported hearing phantom footsteps echoing through the empty halls, though no one was there. Over time, the reports grew darker. Ghostly apparitions appeared at windows, chilling whispers filled the air, and objects moved on their own without explanation. One of the most famous tales involves the spirit of a nun who is reportedly bricked alive within the walls of the rectory after a forbidden love affair. Her sorrowful figure has been seen wandering the grounds, her face etched with despair, as if searching for peace that will never come. But the nun's ghost is not the only presence here. In the 1920s and 30s, residents claimed to see a headless man roaming the property, his footsteps heavy and deliberate. Others spoke of hearing the sound of bells ringing late at night, though no bell tower existed nearby. Perhaps the most terrifying account came from a family who lived there in the 1930s. They reported being physically attacked by unseen forces, with cold hands grabbing them in the dark or pushing them downstairs. One day, They found the words "Get Out" scrawled across a wall in fiery red letters, seemingly appearing out of nowhere. In 1939, tragedy struck when the rectory burned to the ground under mysterious circumstances. Yet, even in ruins, the site continues to terrify those who dare approach it. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures darting between the charred remains, while others claim to hear anguished cries carried on the wind. Some say the spirits of those who